Peace, you mean. I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, I'm going to talk about things that I learned about hair in 2026. So first, to start off my video, today I wore a wig for the first time this year in public. And I wore it because one of my friends, we were talking about hair. She has bangs, and I was like, oh, I love bangs, but I never cut them in my hair. I have two wigs with bangs, I told her, and I don't wear them often. And she was like, oh, I want to see your wigs. So I was like, okay, I could either take a picture wearing them or I could wear them to the Kingdom Hall. So I decided to wear one of my wigs today. So I wore this one, which is called Raven. It's from the INH hair. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll say the name in the description box. But I wore this wig today because yesterday I had washed my hair. I washed it in the evening. I did 6 cornrows in my hair after moisturizing it. And then this morning I re-moisturized my hair again and then braided it back up into 6 braids, and then I put this wig on. I was originally going to wear a turban, but I was like, let me do the wig this week so I never have to worry about wearing it again for her, because I had promised my friend I was going to wear it for her. So I did it today, and then I came home and I was like, okay, should I wear a turban? Should I wear a head wrap? Should I put a little headband on? And then I was like, let me just unbraid my hair and see what it looks like. This is the first time that I've ever done a braid out the next day after washing my hair. I normally take 3 days to re-stretch my hair out with braids before I wear a braid out. So yeah. So this is the first time, like 7-8 years ago, my hair was shorter, and I've been trying to grow my hair out. It just takes a sweet time. Another funny thing that happened, so everybody was complimenting my wig, but they were just saying, your hair looks nice, your hair looks nice, your hair looks nice. And one of the guys in the Kingdom Hall, he was like, you look nice, he said you should wear your hair like that more often. I was like, it's a wig. And he's like, you should wear your hair like that, like do that to your hair, basically, kind of, I guess. And I was like, I said, my hair is what you get, kind of, because my hair is not gonna do that. Like, this wig is not an imitation of my hair, obviously. It's synthetic, FYI, because I do not wear human hair wigs because I find them to be disgusting. I hate hair once it's off of somebody's head. I cannot handle real hair once it's off of somebody's head. But this is a synthetic wig, and my hair will never duplicate this hair, even if I straightened it. And my hair does not thrive with heat, so I will never be finding out how it's gonna look anymore with heat, because yeah, doing my hair, like putting heat in my hair the way I was taught to do it, I did not see any benefits to it. And realizing that my hair is not, yeah, anyway, my hair does not thrive with heat. It does not thrive with relaxers. It is going very well with what I'm doing now, and that's something that I definitely have been learning over the years. But yeah, 7 years ago, I would have never tried to do a braid out the next day after washing my hair, and this is the first time I've done it. So yeah, so this is how my hair looks with 6 cornrows and moisturizing and all that good stuff after washing my hair yesterday, which was Saturday. And yeah, so that's my hair experience for the day. And it was funny because I was like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to, I can't even tell my hair to grow the way people want it to grow. And I'm just like, thankfully, I don't take it personally. It depends on the relationship I have with a person. But it is still weird. Like, I don't mind telling people I'm wearing a wig, because most people obviously know that I'm done something different if I do wear a wig. But I don't, I wear my wigs, my bad. I wear my wigs less than, this is the first time I wore my wig this year. Last year, I wore it maybe once in person and maybe a few times online, if even. And the few times that I wore it, I didn't even record myself. I was like wearing it in the house for some reason. But yeah, wearing wigs is not part of my beauty care, my upkeep and all that stuff. It's just for fun to me. So for people to, like, I'm not gonna get offended. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not gonna get offended when people try to tell me to do my hair like the wig, because if they see my hair, they're gonna realize, like, there's got to be a reason. And everybody in my kingdom hall, most of them have been wearing their hair the same way for years. The same way. Like, even if they got a trim, I wouldn't even notice, because I don't overly analyze people's appearances to see if they've done the same thing. But most of the people basically have the same hair length, minus like a trim hair there. And different people have like chin length hair for the ladies. Some of them have super long hair. But most of the people that I know, their hair is basically pretty much the same length that it's been since the first day I knew them, for 20 plus years, most of these folks. And everybody, even the men, keep their hair basically at the same length that I met them. So I'm just like, my hair has been growing. It's just because I'm a natural that has kinky, coily, afro textured hair, and I don't straighten my hair. It's not going to be as noticeable. I also like to wear turbans, and I don't wear head wraps as much as I used to, but I like to wear turbans, so it's hard to see. And excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water. But it's hard, excuse me, it's hard to see. And if somebody is like really checking for my hair that hard, that's very unnecessary. So I'll say that, like, I will not get offended. It's just like, you're gonna get what you get, because I don't wear my hair in certain ways. That's why I have the wigs, just for fun. And they're just, to me, they're a hair hat for me, because I don't do, I have not gotten into all the other kinds of wigs that exist. And I did tell, like, speaking about wigs still, I did tell Eloho that back in the day that I would never wear a curly wig, because even though I love all hair types, curly hair, straight hair, afro, kinky, coily, curly hair, even though I love all hair types, I feel like people would assume that curly wig was my hair, and then they would be like, why don't you wear your hair like that all the time, and whatever, whatever, like they did with this straight wig. Like, only one person said that, but a lot of people complimented it. And people compliment my real hair, but because it was very different for me to wear this wig, it was more noticeable that people were doing that. And every braid out looks different from the next one, so yeah. But just in general, people are very sweet in my congregation. So I'm just cleaning off my phone because I'm going to try to show some images. But yeah, they're just sweet. So anyway, some other things that I learned about hair this year. So I follow this influencer who lives in Japan. She's African American. She lives in Japan with her fiance or husband. I forget which he is right now. And she has a name that includes Afro in her hair and Tokyo in her Instagram name. And she recently got, what is it called? Let me make sure I wrote this down. She got a Japanese straightening method done to her hair, and it's permanent. So her hair is a little bit past her shoulders in the straightened version, and it's permanent. She has to get it retouched, I think, every 3 months, I think. And if she ever wants to change her hair back to natural, she would actually have to do a big chop to get it back natural. So this is something I had never heard about. I did not know there was a technique to permanently straighten your hair in Japan. So I found that out from her. I've been following her for a few years on Instagram, and I was shocked. It looks super pretty. I thought it was a relaxer, like an American relaxer, but it was a Japanese straightening technique that uses chemicals that straighten your hair. And like I said, you have to get it retouched every 3 months, if I remember correctly. And she said a few other things. I forget what the other things were. But yeah, it's a different chemical than a relaxer. Like, yeah, it's a different chemical, but it's permanent. Another thing I learned is there's a hair influencer who has recently turned into a fitness influencer, I think. I've been following her for over 6 years on Instagram too, and she's Ghanaian. She lives in the UK. She had a baby about 6 to 7 months ago, and I originally found her because she was a hair influencer. She has Afro textured hair with very defined curls, and she just did a lot of hair care things, hair care talk, and all that kind of stuff on her Instagram page. And when she had a baby, she decided to get her hair straightened. She did a silk press, if I remember correctly, and she was having trouble getting her hair to go back to being curly, coily, kinky. And she was like very confused, and she's doing all the mother things, like I think she's taking all the supplements that postnatal mothers would be taking. She probably took prenatal vitamins as well when she was pregnant. And she said this was the first time that she got her hair straightened with a silk press that she wasn't able to get it to revert back. And so she was trying to get feedback from people in her comment section to figure out how to get her hair to go back to its natural curly, coily Afro texture state. And I think she's been getting a little progress, but she was trying to figure out if she's going to have to do a big chop to get back. So I checked her Instagram like within the last week or two to see where she was, and it looks like it's getting like a little bit wavy now. It's not straight. So I think she's getting some kind of traction with trying to get her hair to revert back. But yeah, she said this was the longest that it ever took for her to get it back. So I don't remember exactly when during her postpartum time that she actually did get the silk press done, but I think I saw her post about it in April that she was trying to get it to go back curly and she couldn't get it to go back curly right away. So I think she's making a little progress, but I'll have to see if she's posted anything recently about it and maybe give an update in the comment section. So I was surprised because I did not know that you could have trouble getting your hair to revert back from a silk press. I've never gotten a silk press before, and the times that I tried to straighten my hair with a heated tool, it was fine, but it wasn't really the best styling because I'm not a professional with that. And it wasn't the best styling, and I said, okay, so another thing, I said to Exoticals United, I was like, in a comment section one time, I was like, ooh, if I found a way to like safely straighten my hair and it would be healthy, all that good stuff, I would probably wear my hair straight. But I really don't see that with myself because I like my curly, coily, Afro textured hairstyles that I do. So braid outs mostly, and then braids. Straight hair is easier to take care of for the people that wear it straight. Straight hair is just easy anyway to me. I always considered it to be easy, and it's just that it's not my style. So there's that. And I hope that made sense. It's just not my style, but it's cute for a wig for sure to me. Okay, what are the things that I learned this year? Oh, okay, so I'm going to have to post this in my community tab, but this year, Crystal, who is a hairstylist on YouTube who posts shorts mostly, I've been following her for maybe a year or two. She had said to wash your hair back, like put it back to wash it, not forward, and that's actually the way that I've been washing my hair. I usually wash my hair forward when I take a shower. If I didn't want to hop in the shower, I would wash it over the sink, the bathtub, whichever, over the sink instead of of course, leaning back. And she said wash it back, leaning back, so that you have the healthiest hair wash. It's following the pattern that our hair grows in, and it's just a healthier way to wash your hair. So ever since I found that out this year from watching her shorts, I was like, okay, let me do that. So I've been doing that. It takes extra effort because I try not to get water on my ears, and I feel like it's easier to get water in my ears washing my hair back, but I've been managing, and I've been doing it for a number of months now this year, and I'm gonna keep trying to do that. Excuse me. So I'm gonna keep trying to do that, but yeah, I didn't realize I was so healthy, and I can't remember. I forgot to ask my mom when I asked her another question about hair, but I feel like I feel like when my mom washed my hair when I was a little girl, up until I was about 12, 13 years old, and she did wash my hair after that too, because whenever I was doing a relaxer, she would wash my hair with the, wash the relaxer out. But let me see. So I feel like she would wash my hair forward, not backwards, because it's hard to lean over a kitchen sink backwards, even if a stool is used. So I feel like she would wash our hair forward, and a lot of I follow a few hair care Instagram channels, and a lot of the hairstylists wash people's hair backwards, if I remember right, as well. So I wasn't really picking that up when I was watching people wash hair, and even people who do like hair washing routines on YouTube. I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that they actually were washing their hair all back, all like every single person. Nobody was washing their hair forward. I just thought it was for aesthetics, and now I'm finding out it's not. So I learned that this year for sure. And then Crystal, and I'm looking something, I have to remember what I was looking up. So Crystal also did this thing that I forgot to look up, so I'm going to post it in my community tab. But there's this hair thing that she did to someone who basically wanted, she was just doing upkeep on her hair. And so she did this technique on it that was it was a chemical. It wasn't a relaxer, but it was a chemical that did something to her hair and made it look fabulous. And I'll share that in my community post after I post this video. But I had never heard of that before as well. And I'm going to look up something. So Justice, Big Head Justice on YouTube. Let me see if I can remember who I'm looking up. So Big Head Justice on YouTube, she has a hair porosity quiz to help you figure out porosity, medium, low, high. I'm medium, that's why that's the first one I said by accident. But yeah, so there's medium, low, and high porosity hair. And she has a quiz that I finally did. I've known about it for maybe over a year, and it took me forever to actually do the quiz. And I found out I have medium porosity hair. And let me see. So I have medium porosity hair. Oops. I have medium porosity hair, and I found the thing I was looking for, but I have to find the other thing I'm looking for. And the characteristics of medium porosity hair are, here we go, give me one more second. Okay, so medium porosity hair has absorbs water at a moderate pace, definitely. Strands feel smooth with some bumps, and I would say my strands feel smooth, but the bumps that I have is I sometimes feel like fairy knots, and then I see that I have a knot in my hair, in my strand, and I'm like, oh brother, like, so if I feel a bunch of those at one time, if I get a knot at the end of my hair, I'll trim it off. But yeah, I feel like my hair is really smooth most of the time, like the strands of my hair are smooth. So then I did not do these other two tests, but I figured it out based on knowing my hair. So hair density chart, I would say that my hair is a low density, and that means that my scalp is easily visible when parted, and that's always something I'm concerned about when I do a braid out. I'm always trying to like cover up the parts, but that's how my hair is. Ponytails are small, definitely, and hair struggles for volume, and I feel like I don't struggle for volume. Like my hair is gonna be what it is, and if I go outside without a hat on occasionally and I have a braid out, I like the wind like messing up my hair because it actually makes it look cuter. But I don't struggle for volume, but I don't have a lot of volume. Like this is the most, and then if it gets humid, it'll puff up a little more with less definition. So that's what my hair does. And then the strand thickness, the hair thickness, it feels smooth. Well, my hair is fine, and that's what I've been saying for like a good number of years now, that my hair is fine. But I wasn't like really understanding that, so it feels very smooth and you can hardly feel it. Definitely, like I've been saying my hair is fine. When I was comparing my hair to a friend's hair, an acquaintance's hair a number of years ago, I was like, okay, what's the difference, right? So I figured growing up, I knew that there was different kinds of hair. There's straight hair, there's wavy hair, curly hair, afro textured hair, and there's like variations with all those hair types as well, variations within, because I feel like my grandma has like straight hair, but it's not silky straight. And then I have afro textured hair, but my hair is like fine, low density, medium porosity. So I can't make a full big afro. And speaking of afros, so I'm gonna say that. So I'm gonna try to remember the other point. So I can't make a big afro, right? And I'm gonna show this. So I had said in a previous video, a hair care video, that I was following an account on Instagram and I was getting jealous of people's afros. So I was like, let me not follow this account anymore because it's making me jealous of people's afros because my hair doesn't do that, right? But then I found another account with afros, and because of how diverse these ladies look from each other and all this stuff, I was just like, I can hang here. Like, I love these afros. Everybody doesn't have the exact same afro, but it's beautiful to see, right? So I'm gonna show, let me see. Okay, so hopefully you can see this, Afro princesses. And if you, I don't know if you can see it super well, but there's variations of people. And I think a few of the people that I saw in some of these posts I ended up following because I love their hair so much. So yeah, everybody does not have the same afro. Like, there's so many different kinds of afros, so many different types of hair, even within people, even from people who are of African descent, mixed or biracial. Everybody has different kind of hair from each other. Oh wait, that's Justice right there. Whoa. Hey. Okay, yeah, that's from March. And then there's different kinds of curly hair. Let me see if I can find his page. Let's see. No. How is it spelled? No. Nope. Okay. Where is it? Okay, I'm not gonna find the one I was looking for, but I had talked about a Brazilian hair care hairstylist, hair care person in Brazil who does like curly hair, and he's even done people who have more like afro textured hair, and he just does a fabulous job. But I love to see the way the curls come out for the people who have curly hair that's just like less defined, and then he like does all the things that he does to the hair and the curls come out super curly again, so he just like gives it more life again. So what I was gonna say prior to showing that Instagram is that when it comes to hair for people of African descent, it's all different. So I had an acquaintance who had afro textured hair, and I braided her hair. It took 3 hours. 3 hours, right? And I did 9 cornrows in her hair. I moisturized it. No, I combed it out, moisturized it, did all the things that you're supposed to do to the hair before you like braid it. And I just put in cornrows. I didn't put extensions in her hair, and it took me 3 hours, right? 3 hours to do all the things to her hair. And I realized her hair was like really hard to part. It was very thick, and I was like, her hair is beautiful. I love the texture of it, but it did take 3 hours, and I definitely felt the difference. But I didn't realize that I wasn't like taking into consideration that everybody has different hair from each other, right? Because I don't play in a lot of people's hair, and I don't know if I should call it play, but I love afro texture curly hair, so I love like helping people with the hair if I can, but I'm not a hair person. I don't know anything about hair enough to be doing people's hair except for like doing cornrows or box braids in their hair. So it took me 3 hours to do her hair in 9 cornrows. It takes me less than 20 minutes to put 6 cornrows in my hair, 9 cornrows in my hair. It takes me 10 to 30 minutes to do cornrows in my hair. And I was like, I didn't, at the time, this was like 10 plus years ago that I did her hair. I was not realizing that just because we're both of African descent, that our hair could be that different from each other, even though I'm using the same products and everything. I was like, there doesn't make sense for our hair to be different, but it is, because not everybody has the same density, porosity, or what's the other thing? Density, porosity, and hair thickness. There we go. So yeah, it really just depends on what kind of hair you have and the products that work the best for your hair basically as well. So yeah, the last thing that I learned, and then I'm going to share something. So Justice as well shared about clarifying shampoos. So a number of years ago, when I first went back to natural, I was using this book as a reference, and it was, I was like cutting off my straightened hair, letting my natural coily afro texture hair grow back out, and I was cutting off the straight parts from the relaxer. I didn't do a big chop, and I used this book to help me grow my hair, and it was like talking about using Nexus. So I used Nexus, which is really expensive, and I was like not really happy with the techniques that they wanted me to do, because basically they wanted me to wash my hair every 4 days, and then I was using a rebuilder or something, and it was pretty intense. And my hair thrives washing my hair like every 8 to 13 days. 8 days is kind of pushing it. 9 days is better. Every 9 to 10 days would be better. 9 to 13 days is the like furthest I'll push it out, because 8 days is too soon for my hair to get like the most amount of moisture and taking care of it and everything. That's what I'm trying to like get the optimum hair moisturizing goodness out of my hair. So that's the amount of time that I take to wash my hair, and then I have to moisturize it in between that and comb it out and all that good stuff. So the clarifying shampoo, I wasn't realizing that I needed that in my life, so I stopped using this book a long time ago. But the clarifying shampoo, I just found out from Justice like in the last month or so that it helps to remove buildup, because anytime I would see buildup in my scalp, I would be like, oh, let me just wash my hair, because that's not going away, and the stuff that I was using was not making it go away. So I had to get a clarifying shampoo. I looked that up on Ulta, got the cheapest one, and it smells really good. But yeah, I've been using that. So yeah, I don't use anything on my scalp I don't use heavy stuff on my scalp anymore, but I was getting flakes on my scalp. So yeah, I did have to use my clarifying shampoo last night. I'm only going to use it once a month, because I feel like more than once a month, with how clarifying and stripping that it is, that I can't handle that, because my hair is already naturally dry and needs all the moisture it can get. So as long as I'm not seeing like an excess amount of buildup, I'm gonna just do it once a month at the most. And basically I'm gonna be washing my hair 3 times a month at the minimum, maybe 4 times a month, but most of the time it's gonna be like 3 times a month that I'm gonna be washing my hair, because of my hair being kinky coily afro texture. Like that's the best way for me to do it, because more than that, it's just not going to be the optimal goodness for my hair. So I'm using this brush. This is the brush that I use to brush products through my hair, and I also use it when I'm washing my hair to use. I usually use it with my conditioners, so I'll brush my conditioners in with this, brush my hair care products through with this. It doesn't get my edges, so I use a boar's head brush to like brush my edges, because I don't really do anything to my edges. I'm not a gel kind of person, so I just brush my edges, back, whatever, and that's what it is. I use this a few times, so I use this a few times a week, and it is a cocoa nibs and honey serum. So I think I shared this in one of my recent latest hair videos. This is what I use, and that's the only thing I've been putting on my scalp right now. The thing that I used to put on my scalp from years of growing up with my hair being taken care of by my mom, I would use this, any product like this that would be like a Vaseline texture thing. I would put it on my scalp. I would put whatever hair creams on my scalp. I put this on my scalp, put hair creams and stuff on my hair, comb it through, brush it through, whatever, and then braid my hair to do a braid out or just to wear my hair in cornrows. So I stopped using this for months and months and months now. I'm down to the last bit of it, but I haven't been using it because I was seeing build up before I had bought the clarifying shampoo. But I don't really know if I need this, but I've been enjoying this, and I try to massage it in with this Conair thing. I have two of these. They have different teeth on them. The other one has a little bit more of a detailed teeth area on it. So yeah, I've been using this. I use this when I'm washing my hair, and I use it to massage in my serum as well, and I use it to massage in my grow drops from Mielle, my strengthening glow oil drop. Rosemary mint scalp and hair strengthening oil. So I use that as well to put these in my scalp. And I don't use this too often. Sometimes I forget to use it, so I only use this most of the time, like maybe 2 to 3 times a month, because I just forget, and because it messes up my satin pillowcases, I don't use it as often as I should probably. But yeah, I try to massage it in. The other things that I don't, like I said, I don't use this. The other thing, so I haven't bought a repeat of this, but I had said in a previous video it took me a minute to understand how to use it. So I can't use this to like refresh a braid out, but I can use it as a moisturizer before I do a braid out. So getting my hair ready with all my moisturizing stuff, putting this in, doing my cornrows, and then wearing my hair in a braid out afterwards. This thing is gold, and I was shocked, but I can't use it to refresh my braid outs because it's kind of thick. So yeah, but I need to buy this again. I have not bought this since the first time I bought it. I buy this on repeat. This is fabulous. It's a tan coily miracle leave-in product. It's fabulous. I don't use this as much as I should because I'm usually using my Mielle stuff more often. But I use them. I use the leave-in conditioner from Mielle, and it's a 10 at the same time sometimes because I'm just putting it on my hair. I'm not really putting it on my scalp. So I use the Mielle pomegranate and honey leave-in conditioner. I've been using this for a few years now. And then I've been using the Curl Smoothie as well. I need to repurchase this because this is getting low. But yeah, I use this to get ready for braid outs, to wear my hair in cornrows, whatever. And I wear turbans. I don't wear hair wraps too often. So I use these two products to get my hair right. And then I use the scalp serum to make sure my scalp is taken care of. And I haven't bought this in a while. I still have the bottle just to remind myself to get it, but it's a leave-in conditioner by Gisu, I think it's a way to pronounce it. Not Jisoo, Gisu. And it was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it's okay. I also have a oil from them that you're supposed to use on the ends of your hair, and I do use it sometimes. But yeah, same brand. And with my conditioners and shampoos, besides the clarifying shampoo, okay, so besides the clarifying shampoo, I buy my shampoos and conditioners from either Bath and Body Works, Ulta. I get the Mielle brand, or I get the Shea Moisture brand. I think sometimes the Camille Rose brand as well. I occasionally buy the Tea Tree shampoo and conditioner from Trader Joe's. And yeah, so those are the main places.